My name is Dr. Ali Muhammad, a multiple award-winning car dealer, the CEO of Sarkin Mota Autos, and the first Sarkin Mota Chengasar Hausa. My brother, today for the first time ever, I'm going to be taking off my glasses. Well, I started off in 2018 unofficially and 2019 officially. Unofficially because it was within family and friends, and 2019 was actually when I came to social media. I posted my first car on Twitter in 2019. It was a BMW 3 Series. I sold it within 24 hours. I posted the next car, another BMW. I sold it within 24 hours. I posted the third car. I sold it within 24 hours. I thought it was easy and this was my calling and I was going to make a lot of money. I was wrong, because for the next 3 months I did not sell a car again. But I was persistent, I was determined. I had a location in Jabi. It was a road, it had beautiful background, and that was my studio where I snapped cars. Every day I snapped a lot of cars, 10s, 20, sometimes even 30 cars. And I will post them in batches, and that was how Sarkin Mota Autos began. Well, I always believed networking was the key to any successful business. So what I did was this. The first person I messaged, who was a car dealer, I asked him to add me into the groups he was in. When he did, I had a preset message. Hello, my name is Aliu Muhammad. I'm the CEO of Sarkin Mota Autos. I got your number from XYZ group and I would like for us to network. I sent it to all the members of the group, 254 people to be precise. About 100 of them got back to me. About 52 of them saved my number, and we did business with about 40 of them. That was how I kept on repeating the process, getting more and more dealers, being added to many more groups, until I had about 2,500 direct contacts of dealers within the country, and I had about 500 groups I was in. So I sold cars mostly within those dealers. So what I did was I would snap a picture of dealer A, his car, and send it to dealer B, who would bring the customer. So I was a middleman and I was doing very well as a middleman. I understood the importance of branding. So I never ever posted cars that I hadn't seen, I hadn't inspected, and I hadn't taken pictures, because that was my security. If I took a picture and I sent it to those 2,500 dealers and those 500 groups, no matter how far they go, they have to come back to me, because I am the only person that has those pictures, and the world is in assumption that I am the owner of that car. But before then, I was just taking pictures from other people and sharing to other people. Along the line, I was bypassed a lot, because I realized that that person must have sent that same picture to other people and they were able to find him. That was how I branded myself. I took pictures of all my cars, I inspected all of them, and I pushed them. Gradually, I bumped into somebody whom wanted to really buy a car from me, but the business did not seem like it was going to work, because I was only going to make 10,000 naira. I let the business work because I understood the importance of relationship in business, and lo and behold, few months later he was elevated in status and he came back to me to buy 2 cars, an official car and a utility car. When he came back, he asked me how much profit I had made on each car. I told him ₦1 million each. Because of what I had done for him previously, because of the importance of relationship, he added 1 million naira each for me, and he networked me with a lot of people, because his status was now elevated, so he knew people who were now of the same level as him, and he pushed me to a lot of them. So if I hadn't done that business that time, I wouldn't have met him, or I wouldn't have done business with him, and I wouldn't have met a lot of those other people who now came to buy big cars from me, that I was able to make bigger profits, join them and buy my own car. So that was how it started, and that was how I kept going. As every business, there are challenges. The car business, any business you're doing, there are challenges. I recall someone came to buy a car from me. I did my EDD. What we call EDD is extended due diligence. and it seemed like everything checked out with him. I sold the car to him, I gave him a receipt, and he left. A few months later, someone called me that he's Inspector XYZ, and he's calling me because I sold a car to somebody who stole his parents' money to come and buy the car from me. You know, it was a lot of back and forth on a business that I barely made anything. I spent the whole money ensuring that problem went away. So challenges like that are challenges that we face. There are times when you would buy a car in perfect condition, you would park it, the next day you would come and start it and the engine is making a funny noise, or you'd sell a car in perfect condition and 2 days later the customer would call you and say, oh, so XYZ happened to the car. I always try to ensure that I take care of these customers no matter what, because as you know, customer is key, and the best thing you can do or have in a business is a good name, and I try to protect that good name. Like any business, there are challenges and there are benefits. As a car dealer, I have benefited a lot. I was honored multiple times. I have so many awards. I was honored by the Federal Road Safety. I was honored with an honorary doctorate. That's why I have a doctor in my name. I was honored by the Emir of Daura as the first Sarkin Mota, which means the first king of cars. So yes, I have benefited a lot. I have met a lot of people because I have a business. I'm not going to beg anybody for anything. I am coming to you as a businessman, so it has gained me a very good amount of networking. No, I started Sarkin Mota Autos on my own. I started it without any mentor. That is why it took me longer, because I learned from my mistakes. My mistakes were my mentor. The challenges I went through were my mentor. I never for once ever had a mentor. I still do not have a mentor. And that is why when upcoming dealers come to me, I try as much as possible to be of help to them, because I know the challenges I went through. I know the mistakes I made, and it wasn't easy sometimes recovering from those mistakes. I own Sarkin Mota Autos 100%. I do not have any shareholder or any investor. I am the sole owner of Sarkin Mota Autos. Well, this is a question I knew would come up, but I have no problems with civil servants. I've always said this, and I'm saying this again. I love civil servants. It was a harmless joke. To anyone who felt offended, it was a harmless joke. And to even show that I love civil servants, I had a program, or I still have a program, where I give out cars to them on 40%. So if I tell you that civil servants cannot afford this car, I would now come through the back and say, but you can afford it with 40% initial deposit. Yes, so it was just pure business, pure marketing, and I understand the importance of hardworking civil servants because they are the backbone of our nation. Yes, I do really give out cars with an initial deposit of only 40%. A lot of people have benefited. Big men, civil servants, businessmen, everyone is actually benefiting, because for the big man, he believes that if he just puts 40% initial deposit, he can use the remaining balance and go and do business. When the profit comes, he comes and pay off, and he still has a car. And for somebody who is saving, there's inflation and there's policy inconsistency that actually affects the prices of cars. So instead of saving your money now and in the next 2 years that money you have saved cannot afford that car, you can bring it, drop an initial of 40% deposit. If you're a salaried earner, you give us a few documents. If you're a business owner, you give us a few documents, basic documentation, and we give you your car. You pay us monthly, you have a car, and you're happy. So yes, I do really give out for cars with an initial deposit of 40%. Well, a lot of people think my glasses is actually for fashion. It is not for fashion. I'm short-sighted, so I wear glasses so that I can see. But since a lot of people want to see me without my glasses, I got a transparent one. And today, for the first time ever, I'm going to make a video without the glasses. My brother, I know I look different, but this is Sarkin Mota without my dark shades. Yes, it's not for fashion, it's because I have to, it's because they are medicated. Thank you for believing in Sarkin Mota Autos, thank you for trusting us, and thank you for doing business with us. To those that are yet to come and buy before you hear sold. I started off Sarkin Mota Autos without a dime. A lot of people believe that you need to start business with capital. The experience you get from that business is just as important as the capital you need. That is why I implore every single person watching this today to start somewhere. A lot of small business owners come to me and I promote them for absolutely free because I understand the importance of that little promotion and how impactful it will be to their business. Start somewhere, be consistent, be confident, persevere. The sky would only be your starting point. I remain Dr. Ali Muhammad, the CEO of Sarkin Mota Autos, and until next time, this is goodbye.